All right, so we are back. Hope y'all enjoyed the highlights per usual. Now, this topic, I think y'all enjoy this one. These two really enjoy this. Who's the best NBA shooting guard? You got to have one name and give me your best reason as to why that person is the best shooting guard. Not a whole bunch of reasons why. Don't sneak a whole bunch in there and say that's my reason. Your main reason why your person is the best shooting guard. So I'm gonna say right now off the bat, nobody better than Austin Reeves. Austin, we got you, baby. It's the Lakers. Let's go. But Reese, who's your best shooting guard? Who's the best shooting guard?
So this is my best shooting guard because of based on who the best shooting guards in history are, meaning the 1 and 2, and either way you want to put them. Mike,
see how they just can't give a name? They just never can give a name.
Okay, I'm going with Jaylen Brown because he plays on both ends at the highest level at his position.
Okay. Two-way player, both ends. All right. JB. Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. Fred. Who you got there? Because look, it might be JB, folks, because I know he loves his two-way players. That's the reason why he don't like Trae Young. So, Freddie, who's your best shooting guard?
29, 5-5, 8-3 without your second best player. Last 3 games, 44 points, 6 steals, 51 points, and 41 points, 8 assists. Bestie in the Western Conference.
It's crazy. Who got
second best player? His second best player is not an MVP candidate, but he is.
He missed the alley-oop. Thank you.
And it's a mile between him and the next shooting guard right now. All right, I love.
It's a mile.
I love Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is snappy and having a career year pretty much, but he's the number 2 guy. His number 1 guy is an MVP candidate. He's one of the best two-way guards in the league. But he's not Devin Booker, bro. Devin Booker is a bad MF, man. Listen.
Okay, so currently there are 5,280 feet. So currently there are 5,280 feet between D Book and Jaylen Brown. That's what you're telling us. Like that's a lot. Hey, D Book, I don't know what you did, champ, but kudos to you. Kudos to you.
2,600.
Half a mile.
Now, I gotta say, fellas, y'all have 2 good names out there, right? They're in my top 3 for certain. It's tough to say. I feel like I gotta break the tiebreaker though, and it's tough. It's tough because, like you say, Reese, JB is a two-way player, right? Like his offense increases every year. Freddie, to your point though, JB ain't dropped 51 like D Book did. I'm just saying, like D Book 20 for 25, like 20 out of 25 shots. That's disgusting. Like I promise you, if I'm the opposing coach, all of y'all is running suicides next practice. Promise you, that's like no, not at all. But I gotta say this though, and this maybe goes for Freddie. Last season, Reese, y'all didn't get this. Y'all didn't. You see it? You see it? I know. I hear you. I feel you. We didn't get it either in 2020. If it makes you feel any better, this is what we got. This is what we got for the bubble chip. Just saying. But I do think if you have D Book on that Celtics team, I think y'all beat the Warriors. Like for me, there is a little right now, point in time. There's a little bit of limitation on JB still because of the handles and stuff like that. Like the offensive side, I feel like for D Book isn't a mile longer than you know what I'm saying than JB.
I hope that though.
You said there's a reason.
Boston has like everything is great for Boston, right? They have like 7 players averaging double digits. Damn near 8 because Williams is around 9 game, right? The Phoenix Suns, Miles Bridges is having a very good year, but he's not an offensive dynamo. We got to keep it real. A lot of his buckets come off.
He was given a max extension to be a 3
he's an elite defender. He's a defensive player of the year candidate. That's
he was
why.
supposed to be a 3 and D though. Like we can pretend like the Phoenix gave him that money because he plays defense, but he was expected to.
No. He got it primarily because he's an elite defender, wing defender, two-way at that, but not because you can give him the ball every trip and say, Bridges, take us home. No, you got like 3 players on Boston.
No, I agree with that, but I mean, I still feel like I feel like he should be a top 10 3-point shooter in terms of percentage. He's not. I feel like that. I mean, your game, you're like you said, you're playing with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. You should be.
You're not playing with Chris Paul right now, though. He has to take more.
They're 8-2 without Chris Paul because of Devin Booker. Every game, the game plan.
Let's not. So look, I don't want to discredit Ayton and Bridges. Like they have good players on their team. I feel you, right? And over this season so far, he has not been the best that he could be. Like Mikal Bridges was actually outplaying him. But I also think that speaks toward Mikal Bridges' growth. Cam Payne has been playing great. And then DeAndre Ayton, at least over the last couple of games, has stepped it up. So I don't know. Like I do hear you on the Celtics might have the better team, but the way you're painting that picture is, it's a complete landslide favoring the Celtics, which both of them are sitting the top of their conferences right now.
Yeah, but that shows you how good Devin Booker is. And bro, I'm not saying this to take away credit from Jaylen Brown. Again, he's my favorite Celtics. But if you talk about Cam Payne in Boston, he'll be the 3rd or 4th best point guard in Boston, bro. Think about that. Cam Payne. That's crazy. Because Marcus Smart damn sure better than him.
He would be. Cameron Payne would be the 4th. Cameron Payne would be the 4th best.
So that's what I'm saying. So even though Cam Payne is playing good, if he goes to Boston, he's the 4th option at point guard.
Yeah,
Devin Booker, you game plan, let's take Book out of the game. And you can't, bro. He's killing everybody from the mid-range. He's ascended to a level that is Kobe-like right now. I'm not saying he's Kobe, but he's ascended to a Kobe-like level right now. It's
on the offensive end.
Scary. And he's playing defense too, but I mean, now he's not going to play as much until Chris Paul gets back probably, but yeah, you just had 6 steals the other day.
Okay. So then, I guess, let me ask y'all this. Reese, what does D-Book need to do to change your mind? Join the Celtics?
Oh, no, I mean, to be honest, if I'm genuinely giving the nod to JB just because I do feel like JB's, because of his athleticism, we're taking him for who he is as a player. I think he has like the gap between him defensively. It's funny, right? I think the JB D-Book is the same way I kind of feel about JT and Luka. Like JB and JT are both athletic, like in terms of athleticism, it's going to set them in terms of defense.
They have higher. Yeah, they have higher. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so then when it comes to offense, it's based on how much work they put in. I'm telling you, like JB and JT, and JB especially, he's like you said, he's increased his scoring every season. And I just feel like he is a bucket in like undoubtedly. Like he had 37 last night with Tatum, and that's him sharing possessions. And something else too, JB's actually the only guy who's in the top 15 in scoring, who is the second option. He's taking less than 20 shots a game to be on that list. You know what I mean? But Freddie, though, I definitely understand you. But I feel like when you are the option, you know what I mean? You have the ability
I get you.
Earn favor from folk because you are the one. I mean, it's
let me ask you this.
Fault that he was drafted next to Jason.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And again, everything said about JB is correct.
Hold on. So I just want to make sure I'm clear. So Reese, D-Book has to do what again?
Just to make sure. It would just be defense. I personally don't like you want Devin Booker on the guy on. I would take Jaylen Brown on the best offensive player on the other team. I would.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I feel. I just think Devin Booker, and I'm a defense. I'm a huge defense is like effort type of guy. Obviously, you're Devin Booker, like Freddie Sam. When you're the first scoring option, how much are you really expending? Like everybody knows how good of a defender Kawhi was that year. He met Luka in the bubble, but it's like when you're also on the other end having to carry a team offensively, then defensively, I mean, You know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean, I'm gonna give the effort, but like y'all want me to get these buckets too. So I mean,
I got
Jaylen Brown's giving me both.
I got you. Now, Freddie, what does JB need to do to make him your answer over D-Book?
Yeah, continue to develop his, and it's going to be tough in on that team because you have so many playmakers. You have a system, so to speak, in play. But continue to develop his playmaking ability and his offensive skill set. I would never I'm under the belief that if Marcus Smart and JT go down, can they win 8 out of 10 games with JB being the focal point? You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be tough.
Tatum and Marcus are gonna go out.
I'm just
I mean, can we just lose?
But this is, and also said not to be that way, but listen, because what Book's doing
10 games too, that's kind of long.
What Book is doing right now, Cam Johnson has been out and Chris Paul has been out, right? Now Book has to facilitate, score, and he does have to defend at times as well. Close the game out. He's doing everything from the beginning with the game plan being to stop him from doing all these things.
Yeah.
Last 4 games, averaging over 40, 3 games.
But like you said, though,
JB is in that position for Boston. I don't think y'all can win 8 of 10 games. I think he'll play good, but I don't think he'll have enough impact offensively to where outside of him putting the ball in the bucket, that Boston could overcome this period of time.
And this is
developing his overall offensive game.
I think it sounds like your point is you don't think JB, I guess, can carry a team like that. So if you put him on this Sun squad, you have a 3-and-D, an elite 3-and-D player in Mikal Bridges. You have CP3 coming back. You got DeAndre Ayton, but you feel like they can't get the job done. But I also think too that if Reese and if we put JB in how Reese views him, well, that might be a championship team because now you get more utilization out of JB. He's taking more shots. So now that 20, 25 a game that he's scoring, averaging, that possibly builds up. He gives you the defense.
So you think JB could win a championship as the best player on Phoenix?
Luka would not have done JB the way he did D-Book in Game 7.
All right, I'll say this real quick because Luka does that to anybody.
He's gotten y'all on a couple of game winners though, Reese. I just want to say that he's got y'all on a couple of game winners.
Hey, JB won't guard him though. JB won't guard him.
You're right. JB and JT were guarding.
Why and Pat Bev, bro?
They old and washed up, Freddie.
They were young.
That was a couple seasons ago. That was at the prime of the Clippers arrival. That was. It got no better. It's literally gotten no better since.
That's when Pat Bev told Steph Curry he had to play basketball. Yeah.
You said what?
So that's when Pat Bev told Steph Curry he had the next 5 years. I think that was around that time, right?
And now it's about to be traded.
That's what I was gonna say though.
Third time in 3 years.
Yeah. Look,
that's kind of
what you were saying about Jaylen Brown for the 10-game stretch. I actually do think we could go a similar 7-3, 8-2. And the reason why though is because, like you said, if Cam Payne comes to the Celtics, he's our 4th best point guard. You know what I mean? So even if we lose, even though D-Book is really only missing Chris Paul, Cam Johnson isn't Marcus Smart and Jason Tatum. I don't know if I can agree with both of those players going out. Maybe if we lost Marcus Smart.
I mean, Cam have a good game here and there. He plays solid defense. But yeah, he's not on Marcus. He's not on Marcus.
Playing amazing for them prior to getting hurt.
Yeah, but now if we lost Jason Tatum and we already down Rob Williams. I mean, I don't know what I mean. We lose JT and I'm trying to think. I mean, and Brogdon. If we lost JT and Brogdon, then could JB and Smart? Because I mean, right now it's still D-Book, Bridges, and Ayton. Although, you know what I mean, Bridges is leading that helm, but he still got a trio right there. You know what I mean? It ain't like he ain't got nobody with him. He has a big 3 essentially with those 3 guys.
I personally think if I had to go one right now, it's going to be D-Book. I think both of them display that. When you said he's Mamba-like, right? He's Kobe-like right now. I think on the offensive end, it's D-Book. I think both sides of the ball, it can be JB. Right now, on the defensive side, it is JB. He does that. Offensively, he keeps improving. So again, I think eventually Like I always said this for the Celtics. But I think too, physicality comes into play. Like that's what athleticism. It'll help JB out over the long haul. Like Allen Houston was a capable defender. I was never told he was a defender. I never thought of Allen Houston as a defender. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not trash, but I never, just because he was limited offensively. And I've always given D-Book, he's like a child between Allen Houston and Kobe Bryant. He got the ability he got like the stature of Allen, but like the mindset of Kobe. And so with JB, I always said, well, JB's like Kobe, JT's like T-Mac on their squad. And I still stand by that because JB's always continuously working. He's one of the few people that has come into the league. And when I heard him say, I want to be the best player, like I actually believed him. So that's one thing long-term wise, I go JB. But right now, though, I think D-Book is better offensively. And that carries.
Now, long-term, though, because you said athleticism. Athleticism is the first thing to go. If he loses his athleticism, his ability to sit down in that chair and be a high flyer, you know that guy.
I mean,
D-Book has that mid-range.
We're gonna have to revisit that discussion. But he still has a good offensive package. But at least D-Book could transition on to like a point guard. JB can't. So that is a good point to make.
And I'll say too, is kind of, you think about where both of those guys were drafted. I mean, JB was drafted into kind of like a Spurs-like system where it was kind of like you are being plugged in to, and he was a project when he was drafted, whereas D-Book was known at least as a scorer, whereas JB was known as more of like an athletic wing.
I would say more of as a shooter than a scorer. Because
I'm saying Jaylen Brown was not known for his jump shot at all. That's what I'm saying. Like he was not. We did not draft him for his shooting, although we were not a good 3-point shooting team at the time.
Yeah,
he did shoot well from three. He shot sub 35% from three when we drafted him. So he was not a shooter at all. You know what I mean?
I think JB had the higher ceiling coming out of college than D-Book and everyone, and like that was painted for most folks. Like, is that fair to say? Because again, you knew he was a quality defender. He was on Cal, and he was their best player. Like, the offense is going to come. You're assuming that. And at worst case scenario, he can just be an elite defender. So you're pegging him to be higher than D-Book because no one saw D-Book doing this. At least I did. So I don't know what.
That's absolutely fair. But I don't know if anybody, I don't think anybody saw Jaylen Brown becoming this either, though. Like, I think Jaylen Brown was drafted as a legitimate project. I mean, he didn't even start coming into the league.
Yeah.
He didn't start coming into the league. He didn't start really into his third year.
I could say I could see him coming into this, maybe saying, oh, he's going to be doing this, that, not with certainty. But, if he pans out, if he gets the scoring on par, he'll be good. Like, that'll be a good player. Yeah, I know I've said that. With D-Book, I always thought role player. Like maybe I to say star, I wouldn't give both of them star. But if I had to put one over the other, I might say Jaylen Brown because of the athleticism. You might say D-Book because of the name. He went to Kentucky. He was part of that 5-wave in, 5-wave out like system. So he might have had like a little more known about him. But I personally might have said Jaylen Brown just because of that athleticism piece. And he did seem respectable when he played at Cal. So I'm like, that's me. That's me though. So
yeah, but so Jaylen Brown, he came in average. He didn't play 30. He played 30 minutes his second season, but it was like in a fringe 6-man role. He averaged 6 points his first year. 17. I played 78 games.
I'm talking about before they came into college though. I'm talking about before they came into college though. I mean before they came into the league.
I'm talking about at the time of drafting, Jaylen Brown was it was nobody.
I got you. I feel like they're both projects. I guess. Like I feel like they both were projects. So I hear you trying. I'm just letting you know they both were projects. Neither one of them were touted to be at this level, but I gotta go JB on who I thought was gonna be higher personally. Like personally. But
I guess what I'm saying is Devin Booker at least started when he came in team. Like Jaylen Brown didn't. Jaylen Brown played 17.
I tell you what.
I should have said I'm on Jaylen Brown's fan because then we would have ended that conversation a lot earlier.
If you need to defend him in court, you're doing a pretty good job defending yourself, bro.
Right. Hey, look, Reese. I'm gonna hold you down. And I'm gonna get you your team to talk about next subject. I promise you, we're gonna talk about your team next subject. But ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned and watch the highlights. Hope you all enjoy them.
All I'm saying is, hear me out. Hear me out. All I'm saying.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets right here.